Namaskar and good evening, Kishori ji, Dattani. We welcome you to TV Asia as we are talking about this annual fundraiser for the Indo-Historical Museum. It was conceived, I should say that, in the Indo-American Center long ago. I flew in from California. It was raining and it was Anne Carlisle at that time, and many years have passed and the journey goes on. So let's see, and after that we did something in Lombard, grand opening, and then the first anniversary going back. So how many years now? I don't even count the years. So where are we today and what are we planning on doing? Why it is so important to have a history? They always say those who don't keep the history, people forget them.
Absolutely, you said that absolutely correctly. So really, National Indo-American Museum was established in 2008 as a virtual museum. And 4 years ago, thanks to Umang and Paragi Patel, we have a physical location, a home at Paragi and Umang Patel Center in Lombard. So where we are at right now, that's a very good thing. So what we are is we want to leave a legacy behind, our history, our Indo-American history. And to do that, what we started doing was we started researching our history. And while we were researching, we kept on going further out and further out. And it just happened. It was early 17th century when the first Indians came to United States, and they blended into our to United States. They fought for World War I. They did a lot for the country. So we have this permanent exhibition, Desi Roots and Wings. Desi Roots was launched in March of 2024, which is a permanent exhibition of our history from early 17th century till end of World War I. And the Wings is after World War I to present. And that is in the works. That is what our ask is for today. We want to finish Wings and showcase in 2025. And besides doing this permanent exhibitions too, we concurrently launched our temporary exhibit, which we showcase local artists. So every 3 to 5 months, we rotate local artists and we collaborate with the artists and we bring new material to the community.
Giving platform to people, those who don't have.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. And this is, we want Indo-American artists,
Is it only local to the Midwest? Is it only local to Illinois? Or is it local to the United States of America?
Good question. So we are National Indo-American Museum. Once our location at Lombard with our permanent exhibition is showcased, we are looking into branching out to other big cities too at the same time.
आपका स्वागत है. आप अमेरिका में कहीं भी रहते हैं, इनसे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं. And that is what मैं रहूं ना रहूं, हमारा नाम रहना चाहिए. Thank you so very much. All the best, ma'am. Good luck.
Thank you, Vandana ji. I appreciate you coming and taking care of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Krishna. Namaskar, Dr. Umang Patel. First of all, what you have done, 4 years ago we were there, the Lombard facility of yours. So this is a concept if I am not there, at least people should remember legacy has to go on. Congratulations. And when we started digging it out, because this museum is not new, this is not 4 years old. This was 2008, I was telling Kishori ji, in Indo-American Center on the first floor, when Vandana Jingan was flying in from California, I was digged in and said, you have to be there. I said, my flight doesn't reach by that time. She said, no, TV Asia has to cover this story. So then they delayed it. And where we are today, because when we talk about Indians, how many millions we are here, we have contributed so much, the highest taxpayers, and on everywhere, wherever Indians have gone, they have contributed. And this is that they want to show it for the future generations. Let's hear from you.
I couldn't agree more. We always felt that we are a model community and our kids are very proud of what we have done, and we must leave a legacy behind for them to cherish, nurture and expand. And I see all the time that kids are really very proud, even though they have a interracial marriage and everything. Even their spouses are so much proud of our heritage. Ours is one of the oldest culture, Sanskriti, and we must leave behind a very memorable inheritance to our children in terms of these monuments, rather than worrying about wealth in different fashion. So we sincerely believe that this is the best we can do for our children.
This is a saying in our Sanatan Dharma, Jo saput kyu dhan sanche, jo kaput kyu dhan sanche. This generation, they don't need funds. So this was this generation whose responsibility is to create this, and they can take it further.
Absolutely. This is the best we can do for our children, and I'm so proud that museum is being governed in very able hands, and we feel very fortunate that we could contribute in our own way.
We wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you so very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
All of the voices and hands and efforts behind this museum. So if you are a current or a former board member of this museum, can you please stand? Tonight is really the result of relentless work that was done behind the scenes by everybody that just stood out. And we're going to have some dancing tonight. We are going to have music. You're going to have a chance to invest, so get ready for that. And I want you to enjoy yourself, but as you're enjoying yourself, I also want you to think about what an amazing institution we finally have for the Indian American community. I want to now see us, just a show of hands, how many of you have actually been to the museum? Tell me the truth. Okay, now I want to see how many of you have not been to the museum. Raise your hands up high. Okay, keep your hands high, keep your hands high. Now how many of you are going to go to the museum before the end of this year? All right. So, not only are we here to support the museum tonight and make sure that the museum has the resources that it needs to continue of Indian Americans in this country. So over the course of the evening today, that's what we're going to talk about. But first, I want to introduce NIAM. She's going to come up here, and what she's going to do is introduce
are. On behalf of the Board of Directors and the Advisory Board, thank you for joining us this evening. Your presence fills this room with hope and possibilities. NIAM is a not-for-profit organization founded in 2008 with a mission to document, preserve, and share Indian American history and culture. From its humble beginnings as a virtual museum, NIAM has a home, a physical location at Umang and Paragi Patel Center in Lombard. Through our NIAM friends, with your unwavering support and generosity, we completed phase 1 of our permanent exhibition, Daisy Roots and Wings. We launched phase 1, Daisy Roots, on March 23rd, 2024. Roots educates visitors to gain insight into challenges faced by Indian Americans settling, adapting, integrating, and contributing to their navigating a new world from early 17th century to end of World War I. Phase 2 begins. Wings is in progress and planned to launch in 2025.
When we talk of culture, I would like to draw the metaphor of a flowing river. Culture is like a river which flows through various terrains, erodes, expands the horizons, at times cuts in, but keeps moving. It leaves residue at places which enriches the root of that place. And that is how I look at the National Indo-American Museum as part of the cultural landscape of US. It's very much like India itself, as the famous Urdu poet Raghupir Firaq Gorakhpuri, Raghupati Sahib Firaq Gorakhpuri had said a beautiful verse on India, and he said, Sar Zameen Hind par Aqwam Alam ke firaq, Sar Zameen Hind par Aqwam Alam ke firaq, Qafile bante gaye, Hindostan banta hai. What he said was that on the land of Hind, caravans came and settled and India took shape. And that's how I see the culture of United States getting enriched by Indians.
Many heretofore little known facts. We decided to start afresh and mount our own exhibit. And this lengthy history, as Arvinda had alluded, close to 400 years of history, we divided it into two parts, roots and wings. Roots are the original people that came here, the few people who came and put down their roots and showed us the way. And wings is about the people who came subsequently and were able to capitalize on the previous routes and the means to come here and thrive. Our first part, Roots, as Kishori said, opened in March 2024. It tells the story of the early comers from 1620 to World War I. And these are the people who struggled against many adversities to settle and to integrate. Now we are working on Wings, which is part 2, which picks up our story from shortly after World War I, and it will continue into present times. It is the story of brave men and women who fought for equality and citizenship rights, along with assimilate more easily. With your help, NIAM will tell the stories of pioneers and entrepreneurs, doctors and lawyers, engineers and teachers, CEOs and small business owners. scientists and social workers, cabbies and Hollywood stars, nannies and grannies, and many, many more. The stories of the subsequent generations, and I see many of you here, the subsequent generations of Indian Americans who have entered every walk of life in this country. We are going to tell your stories. We are going to tell the stories of successes and the problems that we still face.
$1,000, please. Not only she has given and she is helping, doing all this, she's running this whole initiative. How many hours you may have given to this museum? Tell me. How many hours?
Well, we won't talk about it.
Okay, so we can get someone to please match that.
Anyone with $25,000, please.
Of Chicago is the founder of Metropolitan Asian Family Services, Universal Metro Asian Services, and Metro Home Health Services, organizations of international excellence that provide path-breaking services to the Indian elderly community in the US. Her pioneering efforts have transformed Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Law, Masters in Law from Aligarh Muslim University. At the young age of 22, Dr. Santosh became an attorney, and at 24, she was a professor of law. She migrated to the US in 1985. Legacy forward.
So now can I have Dr. Patel, Dr. Umang Patel, please?
I invite Prashant, Sagar and Dipangi here on the stage. Donation of $250,000.
Wow! Can we have everyone give a standing ovation? Can we please see a standing ovation for such a dancer for her? Someone who has done so much for our community, taking care of our seniors for the last 3 decades. Not only that, she has been working so hard in leaving the legacy for all of us.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Once again, there should be an encouragement from you. What we are doing today is just phenomenal. Friday at 4:30, last Friday, I had a senator and a state rep who came to the museum. And when they saw our exhibition, their mouths were like, is anybody watching me? Oh, they are going to give foot traffic to our museum. We are going to be acknowledged as National Indo-American Museum. So please be generous today. Please, please, this is end of the year.
Knows that it's been her life's work to serve the community, but she always puts our Indian culture in the forefront of helping everyone. And she, that's how she raised us, and now that we're married, she's like, make sure we have to put...
Santoji, few words for the audience.
Making sure that we know Indian food, all this stuff. So, living with Mother Teresa of Chicago, but seeing it up close for the last, I think, 40 years plus since we're doing it, it's incredible. And I was going to say that.
Worked from afar many years before I got married to Sagar, and it was an honor to see it from afar, and it's an absolute honor to be a part of it now and to be part of the legacy. We learned so much from you. You are an amazing role model for the 3 of us, and many, many others, and many more to come.
Namaste. Why I did so, Dr. Umang Patel was asking me, because he himself, Umang Patel ji and Paragi हम नाम नहीं लेते थे, इसीलिए इन्होंने जो काम किया है वो बहुत ही वंडरफुल है। और जो हमारी टीम पुरानी है, तो बहुत पुराने NIAM को, नेशनल इंडो अमेरिकन सेंटर को भी और उनके काम को भी। देखिए, we all taught a wrong history. The museum is a repository of a collection of many, many things, not only artifact, culture, information, history. Our history has been totally taught in a wrong way. So the museum also